Carnatic music is part of my DNA, I guess. It's in a way defined who I am. It's given so much to me, and I'm so glad that I was born in Tamil Nadu and I had the exposure to Carnatic music, and I could find a way to connect Carnatic music and the guitar, and let Carnatic music be a part of everything I do, because it's just been an amazing journey. The journey really started with me formally starting my Carnatic training with my first guru, Thiruvarur Balasubramaniam. And the person that I have to thank the most is my mother, because she was the one who was so keen that I study this music on the guitar, and she saw potential in me that even I didn't know that existed. My sister was learning Carnatic vocal from her vocal guru, T.P. Kailasam. So the songs were in the air at home. As a 12-year-old, I was just hearing that. But at the same time, my mom was also trying to interest him to teach me, and he was okay about teaching me, but he was a vocalist, so I was not sure. But I had fun just copying what my sister was singing on the guitar. And then she started studying Veena with Thiruvarur Balasubramaniam, and my mom would talk to him often and say, like, this Prasanna has a lot of potential, please teach him Carnatic music. And initially he was a little reluctant because he was not sure how it could be played on the guitar. And of course he comes from the old guard, so it took a lot of convincing from my mother. So she really stuck it out for me. And when my guru said, okay, I will teach him, that was the beginning of a new life for me. I studied with him for about 6 years, thoroughly enjoyed the process of learning Carnatic music. And while my Carnatic journey started, U.Shrinivas, the great mandolin master, was already well established. Even he was barely in his teens, but he just made such a stunning impact in that world that I still remember vividly. Watching a kid like him play at that level just blew my mind completely. And so I was heartened about the fact that somebody like U.Shrinivas already gained such attention, and it was okay for me to play on the guitar. So yeah, I carried on. I think it wasn't so much the love for the music itself, but it was the love of playing it on the guitar. And with all the other stuff, the Carlos Santanas and the Deep Purples and the Ilayaraja songs, and all that stuff that was going on in my world, the Carnatic thing was just taking its own special place. So much that it started coming into everything that I do. I remember the first rock song that I composed, instrumental, which is still a favorite for many of my fans today, Peaceful. So I was basically blending Carnatic ragas like Mohanam and Keeravani with this Carlos Santana-ish and Allman Brothers-ish kind of a sound. My experiments with Carnatic music and jazz and rock started pretty early. I started writing compositions like Blues for Saraswati. I would take all kinds of stuff started happening. It was just coming into everything. I would play like Brick on the Wall, a cover song like of Pink Floyd, and I would play my Carnatic bass solos in it. It was just starting to already become a big part in my life. But as I grew up, I also started really getting into the music. It took a while, but especially once I got into Carnatic vocal music, I could never leave. And then I think the most amazing blessing that happened was me coming in contact with the great violinist A. Kanyakumari, who continues to be my guru for more than 25 years now. For my first big concert, which happened in Music Academy on August 2nd, 1989, it was like my Arangetram. Well, Arangetram is the term that we use for the first public performance of a Carnatic artist. Although I performed concerts before, I never performed at that kind of a stage. So in theory, it was an Arangetram. and my parents and I went to meet Kanyakumari to approach her to perform with me, and she heard me play and she was very happy. And for some reason she couldn't make it to the concert, but she said, "Well, I still want to give you some of my professional inputs. I still want to coach you in some way for the concert. Would you like to come and do some lessons with me?" And I went, and she just transformed my playing in just about a month. And of course, the concert happened. It was a big success. I had great vidwans like Balamurali Krishna, U.Shrinivas, Madurai G.S. Mani, so many people who attended the concert, and my Carnatic career sort of took off. But I could never leave Kanyakumari, and I continued my lessons with her, and she made such a huge difference. Um, and today I wouldn't be where I am doing anything if not for the power of Carnatic music. And especially I started enjoying vocal Carnatic artists like my big influences in Carnatic music are singers like D.K.Jayaraman, M.L. Vasantakumari, K.V. Narayanaswamy, G.N. Balasubramaniam, Nedunuri Krishnamurthy, and a lot of people. Of course, Semangudi and Ariyakudi and all those guys too, all those great musicians. And I'm very deeply attached to the music of Tyagaraja, Dikshitar, and Shyama Sastry in particular. Um, and today I'm so honored that I'm able to pass on this tradition of Carnatic music and the guitar to a lot of students from around the world who have just started making life so much more meaningful for me. So it's like a work in progress, a continuum, and it's just there. Carnatic music. I'm blessed to be having that as a big part of my life.